Hey everybody, thank you for joining me today for another What to Sell on eBay. Um, this video is going to be about video games and video game accessories, how I like to buy them, what to look out for, and what I think and what I personally believe. This may not be the best way, but this is the way that I prefer to sell them on eBay. I don't sell them on Amazon. There is a market for them. You can still look out for all these items and flip them on Amazon the same way. You're going to have to use a different technique. But I'm going to go through on how I like to find them at garage sales and sell them on eBay. And they sell very well on eBay. They don't sit on your shelf long. They're very quick flips. And I'm going to show you the way that I found is the best way to get the most return on these items. So I pick up just about any system that's out there. If you can get it for the right price, it's worth it because everything is worth money on eBay with these systems that aren't around anymore because they don't make them. Even if they're broke, sometimes you can, you set it aside and then you wait till you can lot 2 or 3 of them up, and you're still going to make your money back. So don't forget that. Getting right into this video, the first thing I'm going to cover. So I like to go out to garage sales. These things are sometimes, every once in a while, you'll get lucky with a handheld or something at a thrift store, but most of the thrift stores know, that they should be pricing these higher by now. Even the games get separated, priced, higher. Like I said, not to say you're not going to find a deal. You are going to find deals every once in a while. But at garage sales are where you're going to have your really best opportunity at finding these. I found a ton this summer. It's where I made a majority of my income this summer. I moved away from clothing because it was just not for good, but in the summer it was easy for me to go out one day and just source a bunch of stuff for just so cheaply. I couldn't ignore the fact that it was happening, so it moved into my business model as a summer month. I'm sourcing and selling these video games because they're readily available every weekend, almost every weekend. It's kind of random, a random chance. You're not always gonna get it, but pretty likely I was picking something up every week, and then other weeks I just would fill the back seat up with stuff. So it's out. These things are out there. Sometimes you have to ask. Don't be afraid to ask people. But I'll stop talking and get right into this. So the first thing I do, so say I get a console, I take all the pieces apart. So say I get a box with an N64 here. It says it's trending. Console only is trending for $45. So you have a rough idea that you're going to get at least $35 to $40 for that if you want to sell it right away, which is good. So say someone has a box there with an N64 for $20. Okay, we'll just say $20. And they have 2 controllers with it, and let's say 6 games, the power cords, the adapters. This is what you do. You take it, you sell just the console separately, like this guy is here, and this guy is here, 30, there's another one, $30. So there you go. You already made your money back plus 10. And then what you're going to be able to do is take those other parts. I didn't look this up because I'm going to go through and show you as I go. You get cables here. Look at AC cables for all these things. Can go anywhere from $5 to $20 for these systems. And then, so each cord, say you take the cords off this N64. There's another $10 to $15. Then your controllers. My controllers are all over the place here, but sorry, this thing's in the way, guys. Then you take your controllers here. This is a really nice one. But say, these can be anywhere from $8 a piece to $20 to $70 a piece, depending on what they are. So your controllers are worth extra. So you can take that $20 initial purchase and move it to a minimum of $50 or $60 just by parting it out. And it's going to sell differently, but the bundles sometimes take a little bit longer to sell depending on what they are. And you're discounting a little bit on a bundle sale usually, unless you're adding games. But this is a really good way to do it. I like doing it this way. It's easy to pack and ship because you keep them compact, and just the way I like to do it. But let me go down and show you what some of these systems are worth just console alone. I'll go slow. Here's a DS. So the handhelds are worth money too. So there's only about 20 systems too, so you can figure out, and a lot of them give you a trending, what this is trending at, which is your average price sale, which you have to take with a grain of salt, because sometimes you know, it'll factor in a bundled price with controllers in a game, but the recently solds are going to give you a good idea of what some of these consoles are worth. That's low. But that's parts only, so look, they're saying this is parts only, so it's not working. Still $20. But yeah, you can go through and see like a lot of these systems are worth some really good, really decent money just with the console, and you're going to be able to break all those other parts. And this is a common way of selling them. So you see, there's a lot of people doing this. It's a common way to sell these systems. Like, look at this guy sold. This is untested. I don't know for parts only, but like, he left a lot of money on the table there by doing that. I know that these sell for lower, the PS1s and the Xbox, but they still do pretty good. If you see, I sold, I think, one for the higher $29 this week on my sales update video. So don't underestimate those, the older systems. Like, this is underpriced. So people are going to underprice stuff. Figure out what the average is. But yeah, like, some of these are selling for really cheap. Anyone else watch this video can comment and say, yeah, some people are really letting go of these systems for cheaper than they should. Don't price on the low side. Price near those trending numbers, because you're going to get your money eventually when these cheap sellers will come in. Someone's going to lift them up, these systems up real quick and get rid of them, or they're broken and they're selling them. So, but consoles worth good money, guys. Guys and girls, worth good money. Second thing is accessories. Lots of them out there. These power cords, I want to show you. Here's a 360. Here's a 360. $15 a piece. It's like a Genesis. That's an adapter, it looks like. Power adapters for a Sega, $20. So some of these power adapters are worth, a quarter to half of some of the consoles. Here's a Wii brick, $10. The NES thing. So you're going to make good money off of selling the original adapters and cables too, and people need them. Like, they sell. Like, I guarantee you, if you split them up, they're going to sell. So don't be afraid of them. Don't be afraid that you need to sell it in a bundle, because they will sell this way. Even this is too much. You can sell a sensor bar separately. Not a big deal. Here you go. Look at this. Original or monster cable for Xbox. Even aftermarket stuff. Look at that. $30 for a 10-foot cord. That's pretty awesome. So accessories. If you see these in the box, definitely don't count them out. Like, that's money right there, and you're gonna get them for cheap. Here you go. Something right here. Xbox 360 wireless controller with the charging. $23. These things are $60 new when you get them today at the store. Well, when they came out. So they hold their value. All this video game stuff is not cheap when it comes out, and it holds its value pretty well. The games, just like the games, all the system, headphones, headsets, don't overlook this stuff. I hope this is giving you a good idea of what to look for. But this is definitely some of my favorite things to look for at garage sales. So don't overlook them, don't underestimate them, and definitely part them out. Okay, so I don't want to make this video too long, so without going much further, I'm going to go into a couple extra listings that I saw that they're just kind of like, look at me, like, good sales or like cool stuff to look out for. And there's so much stuff that I couldn't go into it all in this video, but I wanted to show you a couple cool things. And just know, like, when you see something rare that's from a video game, like, look it up, because it's probably worth money. Here's one of the first things I saw. I was selling for anywhere from $75 to over $100. It's a vintage. It's called the Power Glove. It's for the Nintendo Entertainment System, the first one. Pretty cool. It's got the hand straps. Pretty cool. It's supposed to be like kind of like robotic controller thing, but pretty cool. $100. You ever see something like this, you better pick it up. It's worth money. Guitar Hero guitars, definitely worth money. Some of them you can take Comment below. I always ask this stuff. Leave some comments below if you have experience with this. I sold them on Amazon about 4 years ago, and I would box them up complete with the thing, and I would take the box and like squish it, or it would never. I would close it the long. I would like hack the box, so the box would be the long way, and I would kind of flatten it and like tape the top, so it was never like a normal sized box. But there's probably a good way to ship these and stuff, but they're worth money. So if you find a way to hack the shipping and do this affordably, these guitars you can pick up for dirt cheap, and if you don't mind spending the time shipping, there's a ton of money to be had in them. Each system is different. This is a Wii, and there's definitely different styles that are worth more, like the Les Paul, the metal ones. So do your research, but generally, I think the PS3, the Wii, any wireless ones will probably do pretty well. So definitely look those up and see what they're worth, because these guitars are worth good money. These little minifigures and stuff, I think these are like the platform games. This says it's for the 3DS. I thought this was cool because they were all Zelda stuff. So Nintendo stuff does really well. So anytime you see Nintendo geared stuff that looks custom or not, like on a controller, or like these obviously go to a game, or I don't know what these are. Amiibo. I was figuring it was something like this. Yeah, for one of the Skylander things, but it must be for a game, I don't know. But whenever you see stuff like that sticks out and looks weird, look it up, because it's probably worth money. The black sleeves for the NES. Save these. Anytime you get games, you find them, and then you can lot them up, and look at this, 106 sleeves for $80. So they're not quite worth $1 a piece, but if you add them up, it's going to be some good money. You don't need to ship the game with them. You can sell the game only. They're not expecting the sleeve. Sell them separately. Save them, put them in a box, sell them separately when you get a bunch of them, and quick way to get some extra money. Controllers that are custom. So these are Halo controllers, Call of Duty, Camo, anything you can think of. They do special release, like Modern Warfare. They do special release controllers for games with Xbox and probably, I think, PlayStation 2, like Destiny. So think about big game releases that do custom controllers or consoles, special edition stuff. They're limited runs of these items usually, so they're going to go for more. If you look at this, this is a set. It's going for $72 for 360. Pretty awesome. So custom limited runs, look out for those. They're going to be worth good money. And the last thing I was going to say is we had accessories, but controllers are good, All these old controllers, especially the GameCube. These are GameCube sells fast with the controllers because they have it set up, and correct me if I'm wrong, but I know it can be used for GameCube and Wii, and I think the Wii U. I think the Wii U that's the one I'm not positive about because I don't have that console, but I'm pretty sure that they're usable for all three consoles. So these have remained in demand and popular as a nice way to hold a controller. People like the way it feels in your hand. I like the way it feels in your hand when you're playing the GameCube and the Wii, and it makes Smash Brothers and Mario Kart and stuff like that just all that much more enjoyable to have a nice controller in your hand. So if people are going for these systems and they don't have this controller and they have the nunchucks, they're definitely going to want to get these if it's a compatible one. So they sell fast and they sell high. So if you ever see these GameCube controllers, pick them up. That's all I got for you this episode, guys. Be sure to keep a lookout on these for these things when you go to garage sales. If you like these videos, please subscribe. I always do that. Subscribe over here, and hit the like button for me. Leave me tons of comments down below. I love reading them. And until next time, happy hunting.